The Nigerian army, the National Army of Nigeria, led by Bola Tinubu, now it's found to be they are selling weapons to jihadists. Now, this cannot be really a coincidence. Recently, we also have found out in our research that the weapons that are being poured to Ukraine are ending up in the Sahel region. Those are weapons being sent in the Sahel region to destabilize these countries. And another thing is that now, yesterday, the Nigerian government, General Abraham Yani, he has come to a television and gave this long interview telling us, actually accusing all those, whose hands are caught red-handed by sponsoring terrorism in the region. And he did that French and its Western allies, those are as far as foreign sponsors outside of the continent. And regionally, he has named a couple of countries that are actively engaged in sponsoring terrorism in the region, which is, one is Benin, and the other one is, not surprisingly now, it is Nigeria. How, this is really very, very, interesting. But of course, we have seen Bola Tinubu, what his capabilities are. But it's really sad. Now, let me just dive into the article and perhaps we might discover some details there. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I'm going to read it for you. Look, more than 30 soldiers and policemen have been arrested in Nigeria for selling weapons to militants. In Nigeria, these soldiers and policemen have been arrested, of course, with the suspicion of selling weapons and militants, and 18 soldiers, 15 policemen, and 8 civilians have been arrested. Several soldiers, driven by greed, were engaged in the trade in ammunition, deliberately redirecting weapons from military stocks in order to transfer them to terrorists. Now, why would the Nigerian government coming today and telling us on June 1st today, after the Nigerian government has exposed it, what it is doing, regionally, okay? Regionally, this is, this is something, it cannot be a coincidence. So once they are exposed, so maybe they are trying to escape and find a scapegoat and blame it on their national army. I think that's what they are trying to do. Yeah, so, in addition, the spokesperson said that since August 2024, a major military operation called Snowball has been underway in Nigeria, which is aimed at, of course, exposing such actors. And it was aimed at, suppressing the theft of weapons and ammunition, which is a key issue in the fight against armed groups that threaten the country's security. Well, you're not also, threatening the security of your country, but also endangering the security of the region. Now, according to the Conflict Armament Research Center, almost 20% of the weapons used by jihadists in the Sahel region come from raids on military depots. There you go. Now, not only they get their weapons or their sophisticated weapons from the country's military, but also that end up, of course, with these jihadists that are also operating according to the Nigerian government. He also said, General Abdurrahman Tihiyani, there was a secret meeting that happened in March that brought the French government and Nigerian, Boko Haram, all these, and the different other jihadists operating into. There are also 2 cells which are directly sponsored by the French government. And all this came in one meeting just to get an assignment to destabilize the Sahel region. So now for Nigeria to come now and to tell us after the expose that happened by Niger is something, well, maybe expected. But it's sad. I think I leave it to the people of Nigeria for them to demand their government, President Bola Tinubu, really to not be involved in such action. And, they really have to sit down and talk to him. Last time, we remember when Bola Tinubu threatened Niger to militarily intervene inside the territory of Niger to bring down the military government. It was the Nigerians themselves, the one who live in the northern part of the country, which went and have a sit down with Bola Tinubu, because these people in the northern part of Nigeria have their families in the southern part of Niger. So they are the same tribe, basically. So those same people have to sit down now with Bola Tinubu and telling him he needs to, take step back and, stop being a saboteur and a betrayer of Niger's sovereignty. I think that should happen, and that is the only way also that made him to stop from militarily intervening, and also the opposition from the people, the protest. That was the thing that he has seen, he was afraid of. And of course, he knows that how he came to power with a fraud election, and he knows the people will throw him away, and he did not intervene militarily in Niger. So these same people have to come and tell him, Bola Tinubu, to retreat from such action. All right, then. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Let us know in the comment section what do you think about Nigeria's acting of having these military weapons in the hands of jihadists. Do you think it's just something to be blamed on the military and the police, as the government is saying, or do you think also the government is involved? But if so, what should the people of Nigeria, demand from their government? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks again. Share the video with others. Support the channel. That is the only way we can be here more often and bring you, news from the region and giving it an African perspective as well. So you may support, for those of you who are interested, through our PayPal account. You can find it in the description section. It's a bye-bye for me for now. Until I see you next time.